Yo, what is up guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna show you how to make the reverb for your hardstyle leads. We all know that in hardstyle it's really important the big spaces, and to get that you need reverb, and as optional you can use also delay. I've been testing different reverb plugins. I tried Valhalla Vintage Verb, the Arts Acoustic and the FabFilter Pro R, and I didn't really like this last one, so I would choose, at least for hardstyle, the Valhalla Vintage Verb and the Arts Acoustic. And as I normally use the Valhalla, I'm gonna use this one for this tutorial. Back in the days I thought that if you wanted to create a really big space you needed to turn the size knob of your reverb plugin to the max, but actually that's not really the case. If you do that, what's gonna happen is that your leads are gonna be in a really big space, in a really big room, but the thing is that in the mix with the chords, with the kicks, with effects and so on, you're not really gonna hear that reverb. So what you need to do is try to turn down the size knob, and of course not have it on 0%, on 10%, a little bit more, but it's gonna help to have the reverb more in your face and hear it more in the mix. And well, with that being said, don't forget to leave a like if this video helped you, and let's start with this tutorial. So here I have 4 leads. I preset them a little bit, and here I have the bus, and this is a melody I found on a MIDI pack. I didn't create it. They sound like this now. As you can hear, it's completely dry, they don't have any reverb or delay. So just load the Valhalla Vintage Verb, is this plugin. I showed you this plugin in a lot of tutorials. If you want to know how to set reverb, you can check my reverb for dummies tutorial. And for now, I'm gonna leave the mix to the max so we can hear what the reverb is. And for hardstyle, my advice is to have a long decay. In other genres, maybe you want to have a kind of short decay for leads and so on, like 2, 1.5, 3 seconds. But for hardstyle, I recommend you to have between 3 and 5. And for this case, I'm gonna put it on 4.5. That's a really long decay, so it stays in the mix. And I'm gonna take out the pre-delay because I'm gonna use the peak controller to make sure that the reverb is not clashing with the dry notes. And well, here is the size. If we put the size on 100%, it sounds like this. As you can hear, it's a really big space, but if we put it, for example, on 40%, it's closer to you, but at the same time it's a bit louder. So what I'm gonna do is just leave it maybe on 45 or 50%. I'm gonna change the color because I don't really like this color of this plugin because it only gets to 10,000 Hertz, as you can see here. So I recommend you to put it on 80s or on now. I'm gonna put it on now for this tutorial. And what I'm gonna do is reduce a little bit the high cut and increase the low cut so we don't have the low end of the reverb, because otherwise it's gonna make it sound moody. And now in my opinion, here comes the trick, and it's changing the mode. That's what I like to use the Valhalla Vintage Verb, because Arts Acoustic has some modes, but not the one I'm gonna use now. And it's a plate reverb. You can use the plate, but I don't really like this one. And the one I like to use is the smooth plate. It's gonna change a lot the sound. It's a bit closer to you, but as you can hear, it has a lot more highs. So what I'm gonna do is reduce the high frequency of the damping a lot, like this. And reduce a little bit more the high cut. Something like this I think is okay. So I'm gonna try now to reduce the mix. I'm gonna put it maybe on 40% and check how it sounds now. As you can hear now, it has a really big reverb and is really in your face, so you can hear it, and it's not gonna be masked by other sounds like the chorus, like the kick and so on. But now what I'm gonna do is use a delay to make this space a lot bigger. For these things I like to use the Echo Boy because you can put it on dual or ping pong. I'm gonna just use ping pong. And what I'm gonna do is put one on 1/4 and the other one on 1/8. So this way both sides don't sound exactly the same. But as you could hear, it only plays one note in each side, so what you need to do is increase a little bit the feedback. Of course, not to the max, because otherwise it's not gonna end never. Just something like this. But that delay is clashing a little bit with the original signal, so I'm gonna increase a little bit the low cut and increase a little bit the high cut, so it doesn't clash that much. And if you use the Echo Boy, I recommend you to touch the groove on the fill because it's gonna change a little bit how fast the delay sounds. And I'm gonna increase a little bit this one, is the way I like the most. Has a bit more rhythm. And this delay needs to be really present because we are not trying just to cover a space between the notes to don't have that much silence. We want to hear that delay. We don't want a delay like this. That is not really present in the mix. We want a really big delay that you can hear it. So this way we're covering a lot of space. But what's happening now is that the reverb is masking a little bit the attack of the original signal, and also the delay has a lot of attack. So what I like to do is use the peak controller. I'm gonna load here a peak controller. I show you in a lot of tutorials how to use this plugin. So I'm gonna do it just really fast. Link to controller, pick, invert, and this one also linked to controller, pick and invert. So as you can see now here, when I play, they are gonna decrease the volume. That's too much, so maybe something like this. So now the attack of the original signal is a bit cleaner. So if we compare before and after, we had this. And now we have this. As you can hear, it's a really big difference, and you can hear a lot the reverb, and it's a really big space. But what happens if we don't use, for example, the plate and the small size reverb? If we change the reverb and we put 4.5 also on the decay, 0%, 45% on the mix, we reduce also the damping and the high cut, we increase the low cut and so on. But we have, for example, the concert hall, and we have a big size. You can hear the difference is really, really, really big. So if we use this reverb, it's gonna sound like this. And if we use the reverb I showed you before, it has a more hardstyle feeling. So guys, this is how I recommend you to make the hardstyle reverb, you know, just use the plate reverb and use a small size, not really small, but kind of a small size. And also put a delay to cover a lot of space. And if you put it on ping pong, it's better because it's gonna be on the side, so you're gonna cover more that space. But of course, what you need to do is just try different things. I've tried a lot of settings, and this is the one I like the most. But try other plugins, try other modes on the reverb, try other sizes, try other high cuts and low cuts on the reverb, try different things. And this way, at the end, you're gonna get the reverb that you like, and that's the important thing. And I would like to know the reverb plugin you use and maybe the mode you use, so leave it down below in the comments. And if you have some tips about how to create better reverb, just leave it down below in the comments too, so me and other people can learn from you. Don't forget to leave a like if this video helped you, or if you like it, don't forget to subscribe so you miss a new tutorial. Thank you for watching, and guys, see you in the next video.